Hello, it's Nick here, and I've got Amy with me today, and we're going to do a little stretch sequence for you. So I know a lot of us avoid stretching, and it's really important that you try and do this, and you can do it anytime. You won't get real sweaty or anything like that. So if you're working at home in your lunch break or your morning tea break, you might just want to pop this on and have a bit of a look and move through some of these stretches with us, given that you're working at home and you'll have your tracky pants on anyway. So Amy's going to start in a cross-legged position. And if you have some props at home, if you have yoga blocks or you just have a pillow and you're not comfortable sitting like this, pop a pillow underneath your bottom and that will help. So right hand by the side, Amy, left arm will reach up and overhead, and you're going to take a little side stretch there. So settle the eyes where it feels good for you. So some people are forward. I like to look up slightly. So you just decide what feels good in your body. And then we'll switch it over to the other side. So you're just going to maybe take a couple of breaths. So you can count if you like. I like to take breaths and count breaths. So that works well for me. Good, and then you'll come back into center, reach both arms up overhead, and then you're going to lean forward. So hands will touch the floor, and you're going to try and walk your hands forward a little bit as you settle your sit bones down and back. And you'll just take a couple of breaths there, yeah? So don't let your head drop too far. Try and really stay connected to what's happening inside your body. We call that being super present. Just one more breath now, Amy. Excellent. Now you're going to walk your hands back in. You're going to cross your legs the other way, so the way you don't like to cross them, yeah? And same thing, inhale to reach up high to the sky again. Yeah, and lean forward. Good one. So it'll feel different. You may not have the range that you do on the other side, yeah? So it's important that we get good at balancing out the stretches on both sides of our body. Just a couple more breaths. Think about sit bones moving back, chest moving forward a little. Good one. And then walk your hands in and lift yourself up. Amy's going to come onto all fours, and she's going to come side on for this next one because it's just a variation of a cat and cow stretch that we sometimes do in yoga. And we're going to tuck our toes under for this one. And the reason we do that is I want to grab that back fascial line of your body. If you don't know about fascia, Google it. It's really cool, interesting information. So you're going to take normal cow stretch, where you extend your heart forward and you look up. And then as you exhale into cat stretch, you're going to draw your ribs right up and push your bottom back towards your heels with straight arms. Good, then you inhale and you come forward, back up into that cow. And then as you cat, you lift your belly up, you push your bottom back to your heels. Good, just do a couple more of those for me, Amy. So you might want straight or bent arms, it might feel different in your own body. But keep the toes tucked under, keep the butt tucking under, and you'll get this beautiful stretch through the back line of your body. You may catch a stretch and feel like you need more. Go with that. Stay there if that's what you need. Otherwise, just try and move through it smoothly with your breath. Maybe just do one more of each there, Amy. Good one. And then come up onto all fours. Nice one. Now, knees will come up off the ground there. I want you to move into kind of a down dog position. So toes will tuck under and you'll lift up and back. Beautiful. And then bend your knees and step your right foot outside of your right hand for me. Right foot outside of your right hand. Good. Lower the back knee down onto the floor. Cool. Lift the chest forward and up. Nice. And we'll just stay here. So you get a nice stretch through the groin and through the bottom part of your belly. Some of you might be able to get down onto your elbows. I'm not that flexible through my hips, so I'm a hands kind of girl. So is Amy, obviously. But that's cool. It doesn't, not about how far you go in these things at all. Maybe just a couple more breaths on this side. And you could let your right knee drop away if that felt good. It might get deeper into the groin that way as well. Nice. And then pressing into your hands, you'll step back to that little downward facing dog. And then step the left foot to the outside. Good. Lower the back knee down. Let the knee drop away if it wants to. And sometimes it can feel good to move around a little bit and find where the bigger stretch is and just explore and experiment. Remember, we've got a little bit of time on our hands at the moment, so don't get too stuck and too rigid. Just a couple more breaths here. Nice. And then you'll step back to that little downward facing dog. And then lower your knees down onto the floor for me. And come have a lay on your belly, and we'll set up in yoga. We call this Sphinx Pose. It's just a classic, nice front opening stretch. So your elbows will be underneath your shoulders and your hands are down on the floor in front of you. Cool. And then you kind of want to squeeze your butt just a little bit, but not a lot. Don't lock the glutes on, right? But then you just start to peel the heart up and forward and drive the shoulder blades down the back. The chin will come in and back just ever so slightly, and you'll get this beautiful stretch through the front line of your body, but your back also gets this really important extension work. So you're going to be stuck at a computer a lot, yeah? And so you get round, you want to open the front body and get those back muscles switched on. And just a couple more breaths there. I can't recommend this pose enough, yeah? If you don't do it, give it a go. It's a great pose. And then as you're ready, Amy, you just slide your hands in. I want you to go back to child's pose. So bottom will move on to the heels and your hands will reach forward, and you'll just stay there for a couple of breaths. Good, one more. Nice. Now while you're there, I want you to walk both hands to the left side. So you're going to wriggle your hands over to the left. Maybe your right hand will get real close to your left hand. Nice. So you're getting a stretch through the side seam of your body again now. Good one. And then walk back into the center and over to the other side for me. Good. That's really good. Just one more breath. Nice. And then come back into the center again and lift yourself up. This is a really cool pose. In yoga, we call it half Panama. And it's just a hamstring stretch. So from kneeling, yeah, we'll step 1 foot forward. Doesn't really matter which foot. Good. And then you're going to pull your toes back towards your face and start to straighten your leg and see if you can reach your fingertips down towards the floor. And I like to do this. Imagine there's an ice pick on the end of your heel. Dig your heel down like you want to try and pull it back. You'll feel your hamstring switch on. So you've got hamstring contracted and it's being lengthened at the same time. So you're getting double bang for your buck. So you can just pull the outer right hip back a little bit there, Amy. Back more. No, this hip more. Good. Just for 3. Beautiful. Good. The thing you want to avoid is tensing up when you do these stretches, right? So just try and relax your face a little bit. Nice. And I'll see you for a splits challenge in a couple of weeks. We're going to work from this into the splits. Just you wait and see. And you'll step in and then change over legs. Nice. I'm going to get that toe right up and pull back so you get the heel pressing forward. And remember, ice pick down into your heel. Try and drag it back. Feel the hamstring catch on. Good. 2 more breaths. Excellent. And then come back to a kneeling position again for me, Amy. Cool. Just going to do a little back extension work. So sitting up onto your shins again. Hands will just come into your lower back. You've got some options. Hands can point down, out to the sides, or up to the top. Will just depend on your range. I'm sort of more out to the side. You're going to push your hip points forward and then lift them up and then just lift your chest up towards the sky. So again, working on opening the front body and strengthening the back body a little bit more. Where your head goes and where your chin go will just depend. I tend to keep my chin tucked under. Amy obviously likes hers back, and that would be cool as well. But think up long and over towards the back. Just for 3. Make sure you can breathe. Don't get stressed yet. Just for 2. Good. And then releasing, Amy, chin to chest. Just sit your bottom onto your heels and rest your hands on the tops of your knees and shut down your eyes. It uses up a little bit of energy, that little pose, but another great one. If you don't do it on a regular basis, get into it. It's really good stuff. Nice. And then just come onto all fours again for me. And you're just going to straighten out your right leg behind you and tuck the right toe under. There you go. Just a little bit of a stretch for the back of the leg. Some of you might want to push right away like Amy automatically did then. She needs that extra stretch. Some of you might not have that range. Good. And then changing over sides. Nice. Nice, and bringing the knee back in. Good, coming back up onto your shins again. And we'll just do a bit of a hip flexor stretch to finish off. So step any foot forward. Nice, and you're going to drop your hips forward and down slightly and reach both arms up overhead. Now, if that feels too much for you, just rest your hands on the top of your knee, yeah? But if you've got the range, go for it, because you'll get this beautiful opening through side bodies, and you keep lifting the sternum up as you press the hip points forward and down. So this counterbalances all the sitting that you're going to be doing, yeah? Or you have probably been doing. So you want to get the front of the hip flexor nice and open there. Just a couple more breaths. And you could bend to the sides even with this, or move around a little bit if you felt you needed to. And then hands come back down and you'll change over sides. Good. So reach both arms straight up. Good. Drop the hips forward and down. Don't have to go too deep. You could even pull back and lift the hip points up more and you get just as good a stretch. Good. Remember to try and breathe, relax your face, keep the sides of your neck nice and long. Try not to bunch up. Good, one more breath. Nice, and hands to the floor and step in. And then come back to your little downward facing dog. Good, and walk your hands back towards your feet. And tuck chin and roll all the way up to stand. All the way up, reach arms up overhead. And grab a hold of your right wrist and take a side bend to the left. Good. Look up underneath the right arm if you can. Pull a little bit on that right wrist, yeah? Get a little bit of tension there. And then come back up into center and grab a hold of your left wrist. Body long, so push down into your left foot and try and lift up through the left side body. Good. One more breath. And then the hands release down by your side. Nice. Shoulders little roll around. Beautiful. And you should be ready to go back to work after that. Thanks.